about to hurt, but at that moment, all I could think about was the boy. I rushed to Chica's suit, and after opening her mouth, I pulled the boy out. He had his eyes closed and a big bump on his head, but he was alive. Meanwhile, Ralph still didn't make his move. He just kept walking, stalking me, ready to attack me when he saw it necessary. I picked up the boy and started running as fast as I could. I ran up the stairs in the dark, but I felt something pull me by the foot. It was Ralph, crying loudly. He grabbed my foot and tried to bite me. But I kicked him with my other foot and he fell down the stairs. Once on the floor, I could see him in the center of the basement. He was no longer trying to catch me, but was violently punching himself, all the while laughing like a psycho. Hey, Tom! I think if I hit myself enough, I can become like the purple guy! And at the image of my friend hitting himself over and over again without stopping, I left the place and left him locked up. The boy's family was very grateful, but needless to say, that was Ralph's last day with us. When the police arrived at Ralph's house, his family was also dead on the floor. They'd been dead for days. Ralph killed them with his own fists. Apparently, my friend wasn't taking a pill to stabilize his schizophrenia. They began to think the restaurant was possessed. Ralph needed professional help. Today, he's more stable. I have I can never again play Five Nights at Freddy's or go to the restaurant. I know it's
Sugar Handcake, Sugar Handcake.
But every time I go in, I still remember Ralph telling me. Rather than
celebrities like Justin Bieber and The Rock generate hundreds of millions of dollars. It's actually
what kind of build? No! I was able to flick shot that. I'm on high sense. my gosh! Nah, 2 sand clips. This is one good peek right here. You have to jump. Let me actually hit a nice clip on these shit real quick. One clip on headlong, so like just do this. That. Hit it. To the wall. Boom.
My bad, you know. I shouldn't expect a bunch of young college kids to want to hang out with an old geezer like me. Holy crap, dude, slow down. You're gonna hit something. Hell, not the car. My car, my rules. What was that? You know damn well what that was. That was your fault. It was all your fault. Give me your insurance and tell them it's your fault, or I'll kill you right now. Get away from me, you psycho. Come on out now. I won't hurt you. As long as you listen to me. Holy crap. Now you see me. Now you don't. Hello! I found you.
117's perfectly organized. I'll start working on my thesis. Finally, I want to ensure you feel confident in your final thesis. I said that you're right on the journey from start to finish. How do I write a perfect intro? Grammarly can highlight precise tips for an introductory paragraph based on that.
Look, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I can't let you in. It's the middle of the night. You'll have to come back in the morning.
Why? I'm here now. Just let me see him. He's my son.
There aren't any lights in the burial. Pretty sure they get hurt. Cemetery after dark.
You call the police on an old woman?
I don't want to. Will.
Fine. Okay.
Cameras, but not even 30 seconds later. I saw her standing at one of the gates. I didn't know but I knew it was my job to do so. I exited the booth and walked across the grounds to confront her, but when I got where she was supposed to be, there was no sign. I shrugged and figured the problem had been her and son, and returned to the home. Nothing happened around midnight, but exactly 24 hours later when she was back, as soon as I saw her approach, I could tell she was already upstairs shouting, so I kept the window closed.
My son, I'm begging you.
You know you can't do that, man.
I'll be forced to call the cops.
Law enforcement. Suddenly backed off, driving away. Then, when the coast was clear, I turned my eyes back to the canvas. Possible sight. She was back in the same frame as the night before, down on her knees, ripping up the grass and with her bare hands like a complete I immediately rushed out and ran to tell her again, but when I arrived, she was just standing there with her back turned toward me. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Let me see my son.
Let her know. She lunged at me. I turned around and sprinted, not even looking back until I got back in the sun's there. I collapsed on the shot. I couldn't believe it. She looked more like a monster than out of fear, I called the police. When they arrived, she was long gone. So all that could be done was to footage. I was shocked by what we found because we found nothing. No footage of the woman anywhere. But at that moment, the grave of a little boy years old, and next to it was allegedly the grave of his mother. I could tell it was the same I quit without knowing. I certainly won't be the one. I was a 20-year-old woman who loved parties, so, needless to say, I'd have the time of my life hanging out with my friends. And when my best friend invited me to her house in California, I ecstatically said yes, prepared my stuff, and went on a trip. But unfortunately, my parents were at work and I didn't have a car. So, since waiting for a bus ride could take grueling hours, I decided to cut corners and hitchhike for a ride. I've done it many times before, so I was experienced and relied on this tactic often for convenience purposes. 2 cars passed, and when the third one came around, I put my thumb up and decided to take it. In the vehicle was a decent-looking man in the driver's seat, alongside his wife sitting next to him. I felt more comfortable getting a ride from a couple than with anyone else. The man politely asked for my name and where I was headed, and so I disclosed the exact address of my destination. Then, after giving them all the details, the couple glanced at each other and smiled, agreeing to take me there. As we drove alongside the dark asphalt road, the man kept asking me strange personal questions like, "So, I guess you don't have a boyfriend?"
No, I don't.
Does that mean you've never done it with a guy before? Like, you're a virgin?
I guess I am.
I answered the man just to make things less awkward than they already were. The questions I thought he'd never ask in front of his wife. Despite that, I shrugged it off, thinking that perhaps he was only trying to make small talk. As we approached a nearby gas station, I asked if I could use the restroom, which the couple had no qualms with. While sitting on the toilet, a part of me wanted to just call a cab and abandon the rest of the ride. In the end, I figured I'd continue as my friend's place wasn't too far away. I reluctantly began making my way back to the car. When I got in, I apologized to the couple for the call. I felt at ease when the couple resolved issues upon returning. We proceeded to drive off into the night, and that's when we began to the not so busy highway. The man abruptly pulled over to the side of the road. He then got out of the vehicle with his corner. I sat there to check the car seat. As I was about to ask his wife what was happening, the man aggressively opened my side of the door and started grabbing my shoulder and pointing at me. Sheer terror, the man placed the gun out loud. I was then handcuffed and held in place by either the man or his wife as the car proceeded to accelerate down the highway, and from that moment, the first disturbing chapter of my life would manifest. I didn't know where I was, but eventually, the car stopped, and it seemed like I was being taken into a house where I was held by my head, preventing me and pointing a knife towards my neck with the other. Dare to scream or run away and I'll slit your throat, he whispered in my ear maniacally. I was so frightened that I couldn't move my body. As I whimpered in sheer terror, the man placed a wooden locksmith box on my head, preventing me from seeing anything or hollering out loud. I was then handcuffed and held in place by either the man or his wife as the car proceeded to accelerate down the highway, and from that moment, the first disturbing chapter of my life would manifest. I didn't know where I was, but eventually, the car stopped, and it seemed like I was being taken into a house where I was held captive. I was then led blindly to walk down into a basement where they changed me up, and from that point on, my life would be a living hell. The couple would coerce me to cook and clean for them, and when it was time to eat, the man would chain me up again in the basement where he fed me scraps, treating me like a rabid animal. I was famished. My loss of motivation and lack of pertinent nutrients often left me disoriented. As a result, my vision would go hazy, and as the couple approached me, I no longer saw them as human beings, but as monsters with distorted faces, bulging eyes, to make matters worse. What had to happen was I often underneath my bed every night, having my head locked in a box or chained up. In a house I struggled to keep my composure, desperately persuading myself that this was nothing but a horrible nightmare. However, one afternoon, as I was cleaning every corner of the tiny shelter, I noticed the creep entering the bathroom while his wife was watching TV. That was my window of opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opening where I could be free again. So, I using up all of my strength as I did that door, making my way outside.
Somebody help me!
Just so happened to be the wife. She was able to catch up to me and pin me down on the ground before the husband came to her aid, drying rivers of tears. I was brought back into that hellhole where the couple locked me up in a box underneath their bed for much time. It was dark and cramped, making it hard for me. So, as the couple laughed, I suffered from immense anxiety, having convinced myself that there was no one who would ever find me and that I would die here. discovered that she was also a victim like me, and that she didn't have a choice but to play along with her husband to survive.
The answer was now what we still can.
Around the house, and they hesitated, but after she finally, moments later, at a nearby gas station, the cops later arrived at the shelter, arresting the dumbfounded creep. I was fortunate to be alive, but since then, I have had a hard time sleeping on a regular bed, finding further notice. This was inspired by was hitchhiking a man named Cameron Hooker. His wife Janice picked him up, only to for the next 7 years. Deal in a nutshell on what her life was
Ooh, it's like a jump. Oh my god. This kid just spamming for no reason, bro. It's so annoying, bro. First time, bro. That's still on my sleeve. That's still on my sleeve. I need the luckiest one pumps of all time. I'm gonna leave. I'm trying to find a different name to change my name to.
What made it a lot more simple than the same
Wait a
shift
minute.
at other locations was the fact that after midnight, I was only allowed to let customers into the store if they were paying for gas with cash at the register. Otherwise, the store was functionally closed for most of my shift, and my job had more to do with cleaning and replacing things to prepare for the morning shift. That was the perk of being right by the interstate exit. I barely ever had to deal with people, and that was great for me because I've always had more than a fair deal of social anxiety. However, it's not like my first real job helped me get over any of it. In all honesty, what happened during my last shift there definitely set me back several years. It started out like any normal shift. Monday nights were always super dead. A few cars came through to get gas in the first hour, but nobody came into the store. I was so bored that I had already started mopping before the store even closed. About halfway through the aisles, I realized it was a few minutes past 12, so I stepped away to go lock the front door and flip the sign from open to closed. Right as I did this, I took another look outside, and that's when I saw the creepiest night shift freak I've ever seen. Walking through the pumping station toward the front door, he looked like he was taller than the gas pumps and just about wider than one too. Disturbingly, he locked eyes with me as he approached and didn't look away. I could see that he didn't have a car, so I was relieved that I wouldn't have to let him inside. I pointed to the closed sign and double-checked that the door was locked, then walked back to the mop bucket right before we got face to face. He rattled the door and started knocking on the glass immediately. I turned away and broke eye contact, hoping that if I ignored him for a few minutes, he would just go away. For a moment, I thought it had worked because I couldn't hear him anymore. Unfortunately, by the time I finished mopping the aisles in the bathroom and got up to mop the area in front of the door, he was still there. It startled me the way he was just waiting, crouched down to my eye level with his gigantic hands up against the glass. So he could stare inside with this super intense smile. Open up, I want Slurpee. Sorry, but We're closed. The register is for gas purchases only after 12 o'clock. Immediately, that jolly expression drained from his face and he scowled at me before backing off and walking away. The encounter gave me the creeps, but I was able to just shrug it off thinking he was gone. I finished mopping the rest of the store, and after I drained the bucket, I decided to take a 5 or 10 minute break in the back room while the floor dried. When I went back to the register and looked out the front door, I saw the last thing I wanted to see. That freakishly tall man was back, and now he was standing outside beside a car by one of the gas pumps. By the time I noticed him, he was already staring at me. I swore under my breath as he started making his way to the door again. It was the exact sort of interaction that I dreaded every single night, and now it was about to happen.
Pump number 4.
How are you paying?
Cash.
My heart sank as I knew there was no avoiding letting him into the store for any reason.